Alright, people, so I'm here with your 2015 WWE review in a year that totally just sucked ass. It sucked. It was awful. So, before I really get into it, I wanna go through, kind of the best part of 2015 and the worst. And that's kind of what I want to ask you viewers or whatever, subscribers, to leave in the comments below. When you think of it, what was your best part of 2015 in WWE and what was the worst? My best, the best part of WWE in 2015, I gotta say, was Seth Rollins. Really, he was elevated to a level of being champion, even though he was made to look like a pussy and not given too many victories or spots where he was put over. It was still good seeing him champion for an elongated time, and him cashing in at Mania was awesome. Probably the best moment of the year. So that was the best. The worst was definitely seeing Roman Reigns ascend the ladder of WWE. And just him being in the main event, or at least in a prominent feud, like every fucking week. Every night he's beating up like three guys at once. And then he eventually goes on to win the title there a few weeks ago. That was definitely the worst part of the year. Seeing some talentless person like Roman Reigns ascend the ladder here when he totally doesn't deserve it. Only reason he's here is because of The Rock, because he's related to The Rock. So let's get into this review of 2015. I kind of went through all the pay-per-views, put in some, 2 or 3 notes here from each pay-per-view. And then I also got a list of just random topics I wrote down, like NXT, the Rollins injury, Cena's U.S. title reign that I'm going to talk about at the end too. So first we start off with the Royal Rumble. We have Roman Reigns, of course, winning it, getting his ass booed. It just looked horrible. You had The Rock coming back too, and people were finally starting to realize that Roman Reigns is a giant, disaster of a talent in WWE. So it was nice to see him get his ass booed, but at the same time, it was horrible to see WWE put so much faith into him and put him in the main event of Mania. So that sucked. And then also, another great part I want to throw in here was the Lesnar, Rollins, and Cena triple threat match at Mania. Definitely one of the best matches of the year. That was a fucking classic match. Then we move on to Fastlane. Not much here. You had Reigns defeating Bryan. I still would have liked to see Bryan go over. Oh, you could say, oh, he had the neck injury. Still would have been better to see him get the fucking title, than Roman fucking Reigns. But, having Rollins win it was fine for me, But Bryan did go on to win the IC belt, I guess. So it was okay, I guess. But then he had the neck injury, so that sucked. Then we had WrestleMania, which was actually one of the better moments of 2015. Actually, a good show you had. Of course, as I said, Rollins winning the title, one of the best moments of the year. Triple H and Sting fighting was a really good match with DX and the NWO coming down there. Then you had Rock, Triple H, and Ronda Rousey in a segment together, which was very cool as well. So that was a good show, actually. Extreme Rules had a bunch of shitty ass matches that I didn't give a shit about. Only match I wrote down here, and this wasn't even a big match, it was Rollins defeats Orton. I mean, Orton, why put such a talentless guy like Orton in the main event? So dumb. But yeah, Extreme Rules was basically a nothing pay-per-view. And then we have Payback, where we have, again, just about nothing here, nothing too significant. Right after WrestleMania, WWE just decides, oh, we did WrestleMania, don't have to do anything else. We have Rollins defeating Reigns, Ambrose, and one other guy. Oh, Orton too. There you go. There's Orton again in the main event, and Roman Reigns. Again, they had one good. I remember that the power bomb, the Shield power bomb was cool, but again, nothing really too great on this pay per view. Then we had Elimination Chamber, and of course you got Owens and Cena. Owens starting his career here in the main roster, defeats Cena. Awesome fucking moment. I was fucking very happy to see this happen. But as we go on here with this review, you'll figure out that my happiness quickly turned to ranting. Then we had also Rollins defeats Ambrose. I believe it was it was like some fucking weird DQ ending or some shit like that. That made Rollins look as weak as he possibly could with still holding on to the belt. So stupid. Then we have Money in the Bank, where Sheamus, of all people, they give the belt to fucking Sheamus. Are you shitting me? Sheamus, what a another talentless guy who gets the belt. Sheamus. I mean, Sheamus, are you kidding me? Then we have Cena beating Owens, and I'm like, well, you know, I remember saying, as long as they make Owens win the next match between the two, then I'm okay with Cena winning one. But as we found out, that's not the case. And then we have one of the only times Rollins looks strong in his title run. He defeats Ambrose cleanly, which I enjoyed. I was very happy to see that in a Money in the Bank match, so that was good there. Then we move on to Battleground, where Cena beats Owens. Not only beats him, makes him tap out. How dumb is that? Again, you build somebody up and then you just bring them right back down. It's a total waste of time. It's dumb. Owens was a very good talent in this company, and you just fuck him up by making him job out to Cena. How dumb. And again, ever since Owens lost to Cena, hasn't been the same. Just like Sandow wasn't the same. Just like Ziggler wasn't the same. Just like all these people Cena has buried haven't been the same since they've jobbed out to Cena. Bray Wyatt's another one. So that really sucked. Then you also had Lesnar and Rollins, and a feud I was really looking fucking forward to, you know, ever since Mania. You know, I was looking for, oh, it's going to be a great fucking feud, Lesnar-Rollins. Instead, they decided to go with Lesnar-Taker, which I didn't understand. You know, you got fucking Rollins in his prime of his career, you know, wrestling great fucking matches, cutting good promos. But instead of doing a Lesnar-Taker feud for the summer, you're going to do a fucking Lesnar-Undertaker feud. Totally dumb. It's totally stupid. I thought they should have done Lesnar and Rollins feud. You know, make that a like 2 or 3 month feud. Thought that would have been great. But instead they go with Undertaker. Again, who's 50. Build up your younger guys. Don't focus on Undertaker. But when they do that, he comes back at Battleground. Then we have SummerSlam, where Rollins defeats Cena, meaning he wins the U.S. title. Which was, I thought that was good. You know, again, one of the only times that Rollins is looking strong. He has 2 titles, which was good. And then we have Taker defeating Lesnar, which I thought was very dumb how that match ended with a low blow. You know, and then the ref misses the count. Was not really too happy with that. And I don't think many people were, actually. Then we have Night of Champions, where we have Rollins wrestling in 2 matches. Cena defeats Rollins, and then Rollins defeats Sting. Thought it would have, again, you know, he's a fucking champion. He's talented. Put him over 2 top stars. Put him over Cena. Put him over Rollins. Make him look tough. Make him look strong. But instead, of course, Cena has to fucking win, like always. And then we got, you know, Sting getting his injury. And I was saying, you know, enough with all these old guys wrestling. Turn it over to the newer talent. Build up new stars, and look what happens. Sting fucking collapses during the middle of the matches. This is what happens when you have 56-year-old grandpas wrestling in the main event. They fucking collapse. I mean, that's ridiculous. Then we have Hell in the Cell. Del Rio returns to beat Cena. Again, I was very pissed at that because you got Del Rio, who's not really that good. He just walks right on in here. And the people who beat Cena probably cleanly, that happens probably once, maybe twice a year. And Del Rio's the one to do it. Are you kidding me? Not Rollins, not Owens. Actually, Owens did, but not Rollins doesn't do it. Not some talented guy. Fucking Del Rio, who just came back. Are you kidding me? Then we have Seth versus Kane, which I thought was, again, they should have, you got him wrestling another 46-year-old man instead of being in a great feud with Brock Lesnar. How dumb to put fucking Kane, you know, in a feud with Seth. And then you have Taker Lesnar. You know, again, it was a great match. Yes, it was a fucking great match at Hell in the Cell. But I didn't see the point in the feud. I don't think it accomplished too much. I mean, he already went over Taker at Mania, and now he went over him again. I mean, I don't get what this accomplished. Would have been much better to see him in a feud with Lesnar, I think. Then we have Survivor Series. Not too much. You got Wyatt's, you know, Taker and Kane defeating the Wyatts. I was very pissed at how they put Taker and Kane, brothers of destruction. You know, Taker, one of the most legendary figures in WWE, is wrestling against a bunch of jobbers. I mean, how dumb, again. How stupid is that? You know, if you're going to put the Wyatts in a feud with the Wyatts in a feud with Undertaker and Kane, build them the fuck up before you put them in a fucking feud with them. I mean, I hear people saying, oh, you know, Brock Lesnar should wrestle Kevin Owens. Well, if that's the case, then they should fucking build up Kevin Owens and stop making him lose to people like Neville. It's so dumb how they do shit. Then we had the fucking title match. You know, you had the tournament because Rollins got injured. You know, Reigns and Ambrose. Reigns wins the match, and then fucking you got Sheamus coming down, cashing in. Again, made me mad to see some guy, some jobber too. They fucking didn't even build. Again, they don't build the guy up before giving him the belt. How does that make? How does that make the belt look? It makes it look like shit. It makes it look like a piece of shit. So they give fucking Sheamus the belt, and I was very mad because Reigns sucks, Sheamus sucks. So it's a lose-lose situation here. So that was just dumb. Then we have TLC, the final pay-per-view of the year. Again, Sheamus versus Reigns. Nobody gave a fuck about the match. They were actually chanting, "We want Cena" during the match. I mean, and if you listen to that chant, it's not fucking girls and women. It's, you know, hardcore older fans chanting that. They're chanting, "We want Cena." How embarrassing is that? Like Roman Reigns and Sheamus, you know, one of the most hated guys in this company. People are actually chanting for him. I mean, that right there is just kind of summarizes the state of WWE. So, you know, Sheamus wins, and it was a shit fucking, you know, I think it was actually not that bad a match. It was like a good match, but again, we don't want to see fucking Sheamus and Reigns in the main event. So let me go over some of the topics I wrote down here on this other page. First one, Rollins got injured. That was a fucking shame. Also, Bryan got injured too. Another shame. Cesaro got... All these people got injured who were really good. And it comes back... I'm not going to talk about this. I made I think a video on this like a year ago. Live events. Live events are fucking pointless. They just put wear and tear on the wrestlers. I don't think they bring in that much revenue. There's like, what, a few thousand people there. They got to travel all over the fucking place. Just focus on like 2 shows a week. You know, don't focus on all these live events. So yeah, all these injuries fucking sucked. Then we got the King of the Ring too. You know, how stupid is that? You give Barrett the King of the Ring. And where is he now? Yeah, he's fucking, you know, he was a jobber forever. Now he's still a jobber. He's in the League of Nations. And he looks weak as fuck. I mean, see, they give these guys all these accolades. They give them world championships. They give them titles, whatever. King of the Ring. And then they fucking shit on them. They make them look like jobbers. And it just devalues what it means to win a title or an award here in this company. It means jack shit. It doesn't mean anything. One of the only bright spots of this year consistently was NXT. NXT put on some great fucking pay-per-views. Kevin Owens, Balor, Zayn, and others wrestled many great fucking matches. Even the Divas there wrestled some great matches. You know, Bayley, Sasha Banks, etc. NXT was fucking phenomenal. 1,000 times better than WWE. So NXT was fucking great, yes. The New Day, another bright spot, and you know, in a pile of shit. The New Day, they're very charismatic. They can cut a fucking funny promo. They're good in the ring. They're not great in the ring, but I mean, Kofi, I think, is probably the best wrestler there. I mean, they're interactive in the ring, I guess, if you want to say that. You know, you got the trombone and shit, so, I mean, they're funny. I mean, their main part of them is their, you know, ability to cut a promo and entertain, you know, on the mic and shit. So, the New Day are funny. Now, I'm glad they're tag champs, so that's good. Reigns, again, you know, Reigns, I wrote him down here, kind of already talked about him. You know, just a giant fucking failure is Roman Reigns. You know, I don't know when WWE is going to realize this guy's not the answer. People boo him. People don't like him. He fucking sucks. He hasn't put on any great matches. He hasn't cut any great promos. His promo ability is among the worst I've ever seen. I mean, he is just awful on the mic. I don't know what WWE sees in this guy. Rollins, next topic, Rollins. Again, a bright spot and a pile of shit. You know, great that he was champion. The only problem, again, was they made him look like a pussy every week, and they made him look like a fucking jobber every week. Another thing, short topic here, I want to talk. 3 hours. They got to get rid of the fucking 3-hour Raw. It's so fucking boring. There's so much shit. Get rid of it. Make it 2 hours or an hour and a half. Or at least fucking less than 3 fucking hours. And then just in general here, I want to talk about, there's so much stupid and illogical things, and just so many wasted jobber, you know, segments with jobbers, and wasted fucking matches that don't mean shit. With like, oh, Heath Slater's coming out to play the guitar. I mean, how dumb. And then, then Ryback comes out and gives him a fucking shell shock. Pointless. Oh, we got R-Truth versus Stardust. Who cares about that? Nobody. Put that on fucking Superstars, which 2 people watch. And then, again, there's so many illogical things. I cover it every fucking week on my Raw review. So many illogical things. Kevin Owens, another bright spot in a pile of shit. Kevin Owens, again, put on some great matches. He's very good on the mic. If you watch his like backstage interviews on Raw Fallout, or that is really good. He's just got a lot of he's funny, and he's got a lot of promo skills, and he's also got if you look at him, oh, he's fat, he's fat. No, he could actually wrestle in the ring too. So Kevin Owens is good. Just a shame how again they jobbed him out and made him look like a fucking jobber. Then we have Cena taking time off, which is very hypocritical because he's like, I will never take time off for movies. Like, I will never take a long hiatus for movies like The Rock did. He said that in like July of 2015. I made a video about this. And then all of a sudden, like a few months after that, he just takes a break off. And then we're like, well, I'm like, why the fuck is he leaving? And then he says in another interview, I left to make a TV show. What? Are you kidding me, Cena? You fucking liar. You fucking liar. I actually, I didn't like the guy, but he put on some nice matches and shit. And I didn't have a problem with his like dedication to the company. I thought he had a passion for this business. But after I saw this, I'm like, what the fuck? And, maybe he's lying. Maybe he was injured or something. And if he was, just fucking tell the truth. So I had a problem with what he said there. Another problem I had with this company. They don't build anybody up. They keep doing this 50-50 booking bullshit where one person wins one week, then the other person wins the other week. It doesn't get anybody built up. It doesn't. This even Stevens 50-50 booking is fucking bullshit. The only person who looks strong is Roman Reigns. Everybody else looks like a jobber. Ratings were down. I mean, I've been ranting on this company for years, and it's finally fucking showing in the ratings. The company is probably losing money in some areas at least. The ratings are going way down. They're almost below 2 now. They used to be just like a year or two ago at the 3s. Now they're in the low 2s. How embarrassing again. When are they going to realize Roman Reigns, Cena, Orton, they're not the answers? Sheamus, not the answer. Another thing, comedy is horrible. Nothing's funny in this company. They do fucking jokes that not even like a 10-year-old would find funny. I mean, the jokes are awful. You can't fucking say any bad words. You're lucky if they'll say bitch. I mean, it's just awful comedy. And that's the whole PG thing is just so stupid. Sheamus, another guy too, that they give him the money in the bank. They don't do anything with him except make him a jobber, and then they just give him the title, and then they take it off of him in like 2 weeks. Total waste. Total fucking waste of the money in the bank. Money in the bank should be given to a young guy that they want to build up. Instead, they give it to Sheamus, and now he's probably just going to go right. I guarantee you, when I'm doing this in the next fucking year, this review for WWE, or even in the next few months, he's going to be a fucking jobber again. Undertaker again. I thought the SummerSlam feud was unnecessary. Of course they had a great match at Hell in a Cell, but I thought it was kind of just pointless. Maybe they should have done something else with him or just kept him off TV. But I thought I would have much rather seen the Lesnar-Rollins feud. Divas division. Divas are horrible. So many botches in their matches. Very few good matches. They are just awful. Creative team is just awful here with the Divas. I mean, they really got to get their shit together. Cena and having the U.S. title. Wasn't a huge fan of it, but at least they made the U.S. title. It elevated the worth of that belt. They defended it every week on Raw, so it was kind of exciting. Had some really great matches come out of that, too. I remember with Cesaro, Cena had a great match with him, so at least the U.S. title was elevated a little bit. IC belt. That belt was, again, it's not really that prestigious a belt. I mean, a bunch of jobbers held it. I mean, I guess you could argue it's a little bit more that since, people like Owens and Ambrose had it. But even then, they're still fucking jobbers pretty much. And Ambrose, he's not really that talented. I think a lot of people say he's talented. I don't really see what's so talented about Dean Ambrose. He's not really that good, I don't think. He's all right, but he's not that good. So, IC belt, when you got to think about who's the, I was writing my notes, I'm like, well, who's the IC champion? When you got to think about who's the IC champion, the belt's a piece of shit. Cesaro, next topic, Cesaro. Cesaro's another guy who was wasted, was made to look, like shit. And he has talent. I mean, how many great matches does this guy have to put on before the creative team fucking wakes the fuck up? Before Vince McMahon wakes up? I mean, this guy has, very great wrestling skills. And they fucking just kick him to the side. I mean, he does so many great moves. He's put on a lot of great matches. They just push him to the side and put him on superstars. Well, you got talentless people like Reigns and Sheamus. It's just, I've talked about that so much. I've said that same line so much over the past year. But it is so damn true, I just have to keep saying it. So there you go, people. That's all I got for you. 20-minute video. Don't usually do this long a video, but I mean, it's just necessary to the review all the bullshit that 2015 held in this company. Definitely the worst year of wrestling that I've witnessed. I can't say of all time because I have not watched WWE every year. I've only watched it for a few years, but this was no doubt the worst year. I mean, there was many episodes of Raw where there was like no good things, or you had like one decent match. I mean, the Raws were terrible. Most of the pay-per-views were awful, or at least not good. And this year was definitely a lackluster year, and the ratings were reflective of that. And I think many of the, in the crowds, there's a lot of booing, a lot of, people chanting random shit. People are fed up. People are tired of this shit. And especially the IWC. The more hardcore fans, the more loyal fans are tired. We want change. We want people like Cesaro and Rollins in the main event. We want them built up, not Reigns and fucking Sheamus. No. It's not the answer. Yeah, the ratings are fucking dropping because those people suck. So there you go, people. Before I, make this video like an hour, let's end it right here. So there you go, people. There's your 2015 review. Again, leave your fucking favorite moment, or kind of your best part that you thought of 2015 was. Mine was Rollins being champion. And you leave your worst part of 2015. Mine was the whole Reigns, kind of being built up over the year. And finally being given the belt when I think he's so untalented, it's ridiculous. So there you go, people. There's your 2015 WWE year in review. It was a piece of fucking shit. So there you go, people.